Have you ever wondered about the fundamental differences between a grizzly and a polar bear? My friends, we are about to embark on a thrilling exploration of these two remarkable species, each with their unique characteristics, inhabiting distinct parts of our planet. Let's start with the grizzly bear, a powerful creature that roams the wilderness of North America, from the dense forests of Canada and Alaska to the mountainous regions of the United States. These omnivores are known for their distinctive hump of muscle on their shoulders and their long, fearsome claws. Grizzlies are solitary animals and have a reputation for being fiercely protective of their territory and young. On the other hand, we have the polar bear, the majestic monarch of the Arctic, built for survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Larger than their grizzly cousins, polar bears are marine mammals with a thick layer of body fat and a water-repellent coat that enables them to swim in freezing waters. Their diet primarily consists of seals, caught with their incredible hunting skills. Both these species exhibit some fascinating commonalities and differences. From their size and diet to their hunting strategies and mating rituals, each aspect of their lives is a testament to their adaptation to their environments. Grizzlies, with their omnivorous diet, have a diverse range of food sources, while the carnivorous polar bears rely heavily on their marine hunting skills. Yet both these giants share a similar survival instinct, a fierce protectiveness towards their young, and a resilience that helps them thrive in their respective habitats. They are both apex predators, ruling at the top of the food chain, and their hunting strategies reveal a level of intelligence and cunning that is truly amazing. And so, as we delve deeper into the lives of these magnificent creatures, we will explore their journey from conception to old age, their secretive activities, and the strategies they employ for survival. We will witness the incredible spectacle of bear courtship and mating, their unique methods of hunting and feeding, their hibernation patterns, and the poignant process of aging in the wild. Join us as we journey from birth to adulthood in the lives of these fascinating creatures. How do these bear species begin their life journeys? Let's take a step back to the beginning, to the time when life is just a spark, a glimmer of possibility. Conception. For both grizzly and polar bears, it occurs in the spring and early summer months. However, the similarities stop there. In the case of the grizzly bear, after mating in the spring, the fertilized egg will delay implanting in the uterus until the mother enters her den for hibernation in the fall. This adaptive strategy is known as delayed implantation, allowing the female to conserve energy and resources during the lean summer months. The actual gestation period is quite short, only lasting around 2 months before the cubs are born during hibernation, usually in January or February. On the other hand, polar bears have a slightly different approach. After conception, the fertilized egg immediately implants in the uterus. The gestation period lasts about 8 months, almost 4 times longer than that of the grizzly. The female polar bear will then dig a maternity den in the snow where she gives birth, usually to twins, in the cold depths of winter. Now let's talk about birth. Both species are born incredibly small, blind, and almost hairless. A newborn grizzly cub weighs only about 1 pound, while a polar bear cub weighs in at a slightly heftier 1.5 pounds. Despite these humble beginnings, these tiny creatures are destined to grow into some of the most formidable predators on the planet. From the moment of conception, these bears are shaped by the harsh realities of their environment. The grizzly bear's delayed implantation is a testament to the scarcity of resources in their habitat, while the polar bear's long gestation reflects the abundance of food in the Arctic summer. From the moment they are born, these bear species start showing their unique traits. Their survival and eventual dominance in their respective habitats hinge on these early stages of life, underscoring the incredible adaptability and resilience of these majestic creatures. What happens after our bear friends are born? In the wild, the progression from cubs to adolescents is a fascinating journey, punctuated with lessons of survival, the thrill of the hunt, and the steady development of innate instincts. Grizzly and polar bear cubs, though different species, share similarities in their growth stages, yet their environments shape their experiences distinctly. In their first couple of months, grizzly and polar bear cubs rely heavily on their mothers for warmth and nourishment. It's a time for bonding and learning, as the cubs observe their mother's actions, ingraining the essential behaviors for their survival. As the cubs grow, the world outside their dens becomes their classroom. For grizzly cubs, the dense forests and open meadows turn into playgrounds where they learn to climb and forage. Polar bear cubs, on the other hand, are introduced to the icy landscapes of the Arctic, where they learn to swim and hunt seals. With time, grizzly cubs learn the art of digging for roots, catching fish and scavenging carcasses, skills vital in their omnivorous diet. Polar bear cubs, in contrast, hone their skills in stalking and ambushing seals, aligning with their carnivorous needs. The survival instincts of these cubs are honed every day. Grizzly cubs learn to stand on their hind legs, a behavior that serves dual purposes. It helps them to observe their surroundings for potential danger, and it's also a threatening posture to intimidate predators. Polar bear cubs, meanwhile, perfect the art of remaining still and silent on the ice, blending into their environment, crucial for their hunt and evasion of threats. As these cubs transition to adolescence, their independence grows. It's a phase marked by exploration, testing boundaries, and sometimes playful skirmishes with siblings. It's also a time when they start to wander further from their mothers, preparing for the day when they'll strike out on their own. The journey from cubs to adolescence is a testament to the adaptability and resilience of these magnificent creatures, each learning to navigate their unique paths in the wild. As they grow, these bears continue to adapt and thrive in their respective environments. How do grizzly and polar bears attract their mates? The dance of courtship in the wild. It's an intriguing spectacle highlighting the stark differences between these two majestic species. In the case of the grizzly bear, the courtship period tends to be a rather lengthy process, often spanning several weeks. The male grizzly, in his quest for companionship, embarks on a journey, tracking the scent of a potential mate. Upon finding her, he exhibits a series of behaviors from gentle nuzzling to playful wrestling as he attempts to win her over. But it's not all about gentleness, as grizzly bears can also display aggression and assertiveness to ward off rival males. On the other hand, the polar bear's courtship is somewhat more direct. The male polar bear uses his keen sense of smell to locate a female in estrus, often traveling great distances across the vast Arctic ice. Once he finds a potential mate, the male polar bear engages in a ritual of cautious approach with bouts of intense sparring. This display of strength and tenacity not only impresses the female, but also establishes his dominance over other potential suitors. Both bear species demonstrate a heightened level of protective instinct during the mating season. A male grizzly bear, for instance, can become fiercely protective of the female he is courting, ensuring that no other male dares to intrude. Similarly, a male polar bear, once he has successfully wooed a female, guards her diligently, deterring any rival males with a show of brute force. Yet, despite these protective instincts, neither bear species forms lasting bonds. Once the mating period concludes, the male and female part ways, each returning to their solitary existence. The female, whether grizzly or polar, then embarks on the next stage of her journey: motherhood. Mating season is a critical time, showcasing some of the most dramatic differences between grizzly and polar bears. From the grizzly's drawn-out courtship to the polar bear's more direct approach, these differences offer a fascinating glimpse into the complex lives of these remarkable creatures. How do these bears feed themselves in the wild? When it comes to feeding, both grizzly and polar bears have their own unique strategies. For grizzly bears, they have a diverse diet, ranging from berries and roots to fish and mammals. They are opportunistic eaters and aren't picky about their food. In the spring and early summer, they feast on succulent new plant growth and insects. As summer transitions to autumn, their focus shifts to fattening up on high-calorie foods like salmon, making the most of the spawning season. On the other hand, polar bears primarily feed on seals, particularly ringed and bearded seals. They are patient hunters, often waiting hours by a seal's breathing hole in the ice, ready to strike when the seal surfaces. When the ice melts during the summer and hunting becomes more difficult, polar bears may resort to scavenging, feeding on carcasses of seals or even whales. Interestingly, the hunting techniques of these bears are as different as chalk and cheese. Grizzly bears use their excellent sense of smell to locate food, and they have been known to cover great distances to find a meal. They can also run at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, which they use to their advantage when hunting. Polar bears, on the other hand, rely on the sea ice to hunt. They use a technique called still hunting, where they wait patiently by a seal's breathing hole, ready to pounce when the seal comes up for air. They also stalk seals that are basking on the ice, creeping up on them and then charging when they are close enough. Despite these differences, both bears have an incredible ability to put on weight quickly during times of plenty, storing up fat reserves to get them through leaner times. This ability to adapt their feeding habits based on their environment is a testament to their survival skills. When it comes to survival, both grizzly and polar bears have their unique strategies. How do grizzly and polar bears cope with the harsh winter months? As we delve into the world of grizzly and polar bears, we find fascinating differences in their hibernation habits. Let's take a trip into the cozy dens of the grizzly bears first. When the first snowflakes fall, grizzlies retreat into their dens for a long winter nap, a period known as hibernation. This process is a remarkable adaptation to survive the scarcity of food during the harsh winter months. Their heart rate drops to a mere 40 beats per minute, and they do not eat, drink, or excrete. Yet their body temperature only slightly decreases, allowing them to wake up quickly if needed. Females even give birth during this time, nurturing their cubs with rich milk. Come spring, they emerge from their dens ready to feast on the fresh vegetation and make up for the lost calories. On the other hand, polar bears, the lords of the Arctic, do not hibernate in the traditional sense. In the extreme Arctic conditions, food scarcity is not limited to winter. It's a year-round struggle. Polar bears are built to endure the harsh cold, with their thick fur and a layer of fat up to 4.5 inches thick. Pregnant females, however, dig dens in the snow where they give birth and stay with their cubs until the outside conditions become more bearable. This period of inactivity is often mistaken for hibernation, but it's a different survival strategy altogether, known as denning. So you see, while grizzly bears hibernate to conserve energy during the food-scarce winters, polar bears remain active, relying on their incredible resilience to the cold. Pregnant polar bears do undergo a period of denning, but this is a matter of providing a safe and warm environment for their newborns rather than escaping the cold. Whether they hibernate or not, these bears have adapted to survive the harshest conditions. The world of bears is truly a testament to the power of adaptation and survival in the wild. What happens when these bears reach their golden years? As grizzly and polar bears age, they undergo a fascinating transformation. They've spent their lives battling the elements, hunting for food, and protecting their young. But what becomes of them in their twilight years? In the wild, a grizzly bear's lifespan averages around 25 years, while polar bears can live up to 30 years. However, these are just averages. Some bears have been known to surpass these estimates, displaying an impressive resilience against the relentless march of time. The challenges these bears face as they age are not unlike those faced by humans. Their energy levels dwindle, their senses may not be as sharp, and they can't run or swim as swiftly as they once did. Their once formidable hunting prowess begins to wane, and they may find it harder to catch their prey. It's a harsh reality, but such is the nature of life in the wild. But it's not all doom and gloom. These elder bears are respected and often unchallenged by younger bears. They've earned their place in the hierarchy through years of survival and experience. And while they may not be as spry as they once were, they still possess an incredible strength and resilience that has seen them through countless seasons. Polar bears, adapted to the harsh Arctic environment, slowly lose their ability to hunt seals, their primary food source. As their strength diminishes, they may resort to scavenging, a survival tactic they've honed over the years. Similarly, grizzly bears may have to rely more on their knowledge of the land and their ability to forage as their hunting skills decline. Their knowledge of where to find berries, roots, and other plant-based food sources proves invaluable in their later years. Aging in the wild is a testament to the strength and resilience of these incredible creatures. They've faced countless challenges, braved the harshest of elements, and still, they persevere. From conception to their final years, grizzly and polar bears lead vastly different lives. So, what sets grizzly bears apart from polar bears? From the very beginning of their lives, these two species diverge. Grizzlies are born in the safety of their mother's den during hibernation, while polar bear cubs are born in the harsh Arctic winter. As they grow, grizzlies learn to forage and hunt in the diverse landscapes of North America with a diet that includes berries, fish, and small mammals. Polar bears, on the other hand, are masters of the ice, honing their skills on seals, their primary prey. In terms of social behavior, grizzlies are more solitary, whereas polar bears occasionally form social hierarchies around food sources. When it comes to hibernation, grizzlies do so to survive the winter, while polar bears, interestingly, only pregnant females hibernate. And as they age, grizzlies face a broader range of predators, while polar bears, due to their harsh environment, have fewer natural threats. Understanding these differences helps us appreciate the diversity and adaptability of these incredible creatures. Are you amazed by the incredible lives of grizzly and polar bears? Their survival instincts, hunting prowess, and secretive activities are nothing short of awe-inspiring. To keep learning about these magnificent creatures and many more, follow our channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for regular updates. If you enjoyed this video, show your support by giving us a like. And why not share the knowledge? Pass this video along to others. Join us again as we continue to explore the fascinating world of wildlife.